Attracted to
This
the
is
meat.
not gonna get off.
Nope. We've literally. It's been 2 weeks since we've last played. No, 3 weeks.
It's been 20 minutes and
It's
we
been-
haven't started.
We've not even started and we're fucking up shit creek without a paddle.
Fucking go!
Woo! So yeah, hello.
Do
Welcome.
it.
We have begun. Ah, fuck. It's been how many? 2-3 weeks? You can
2 or
blame.
3 weeks.
You can blame football, and football.
Let's all blame Bert.
Well,
Fuck you.
no, that was to blame. That was to blame for 1 week. That wasn't to blame for the week before that.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what happened the week before that. Was it me?
I've said this before.
I
Tim
think.
couldn't make it and my internet was acting funky.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been like a complete clusterfuck of weeks. But anyhow, we're here. So where we left off from the last session, the party had returned to the elf song, and we were going to rest for the night when some commotion began in Bridget's room. Upon all,
Phrasing.
yeah, I'm phrasing. Upon hearing the,
Okay, go!
shut up!
Do it.
Shut up! Upon hearing the noise and the sounds of panic and fighting and other shit, the rest of the party jumped ahead and discovered an invisible imp had infiltrated the room and was attempting to spy on you for information. I believe, if memory serves me right, it was it Bridget or was it you, Kraken, that dealt the final blow?
I believe I tried to scare the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And Kim shot it with an arrow.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
yeah, Kim shot
Yeah.
me there.
punch on the arrow. And the session begins with right after seeing this imp lying dead on Bridget's bed. For the sake of this,
Which is
Bridget isn't
Covered in oil.
She's covered in oil, blood,
Covered in oil.
and blood. Right, for the sake of this, Kim, our friend and player, isn't here. Bridget, I'll use her character now. I'll use her character for
I
bits.
can use it for what if you want.
Nah, it's fine. I'll take semi-controlling her, but she will not be doing stuff unless you say. Right? Unless you specifically
we
say.
have-
No, but what I mean is, like, if you say, like, for Bridget, oh, Bridget, you're good at tracking people. Why don't you give it a shot?
So,
Why don't you do it?
so Bridget's fully under our command right now.
Not fully. Not fully. I know where you were going with that.
What is this?
Not fully, but it's kind of like
I don't get it, right?
she's like a fucking just an NPC character, sort of one right now that can only do certain
Gosh,
stuff.
everybody's humor is scuffed today.
Right, we're all fucking tired.
Come on, this is normal for me.
We're all
So-
well, we are
So-
technically all tired.
So, what are you doing? You can clearly see Bridget's the expression on her face is shocked, and she's like, you can tell that something in her head's clicking. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So the question is,
Mm-hmm.
even though I know a long rest for an elf is
4
only
hours.
4 hours,
Whatever.
right?
Yes.
They might not want to be sleeping in a bed covered in oil and blood,
Yep.
right? So, question is,
What the fuck happened in here?
You can.
You were in here.
You can. Yeah, you were in
Yes,
here.
I
Your
know.
sword. Your sword's
Actually,
on the
no.
floor.
No, I said, what the fuck is going on?
Like Bridget is like
we literally burst in.
Bridget is like you can see Bridget. And she's like, "Sis, I don't know. It was just I
Yeah.
heard noises
It's on the bed.
and
Dead.
this thing here, there."
So
Mm-hmm.
the question is there any of us who haven't used any spells or anything?
Me.
Okay.
Do you have spells?
We
Oh, but I have oil flasks.
we all have spells. We all have our spells.
Because now that we know we have a danger such as this looming above us, we might want to trade watches. So one of us might, instead of a long rest, do a short rest.
So
While
Okay.
and keep watch while Kim sleep.
so
Um,
short. It's four sessions. So it would be four. In a sense, if you want to do a weird thing you're doing, it's four things. So it'd be one person on watch once, someone in the next one, someone in the next, and someone in the next. Four.
No.
what if
'cause-
someone just stays up the whole time?
If someone stays up the whole time, they will suffer 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah. So
Oh,
the
never mind.
the idea is if we have one person who doesn't need a full rest
Mm-hmm.
to like have a short rest while Kim keeps watch, and then they trade, and she has a long rest.
So
Yeah, I can do that.
well, technically,
I don't need.
The
'Cause
way-
I need a long rest.
so technically, the way it works is you could take a watch. No, you can't. You won't be able to take a watch to get a long rest.
Yeah, I need a long
Yeah.
rest.
Okay, so
I can
who's-
do a shift, and Spartan says he's good to do a shift.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't used any spells or anything it requires.
Okay, so who's taking the Kim? Bridget said she'll take the last two shifts. So she'll
Okay,
take.
I'll
She'll take
I'll
like
take
from
that.
middle of the night to the morning. Someone has to take night to halfway through the night to the darkest point, and so on. So wait, who's going first and who's going second?
I'll go first because
Okay, so
I
El
don't wanna
Nino,
get to sleep with something happen again.
El Nino, you will take first watch. Tenric, you'll take second. Nova.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Bridget will take the last two. So,
Yeah.
you have came up with your plan. Bridget looks at you and says, "How are we going to do sleeping arrangements? Are we all sleeping in the same room, or are we having one person?" And like, as you can see, and the one person watching the rooms from here, and everyone's in their own room, or what? You see, like, and she
We
kind of
all
looks
have-
and says, "She doesn't. I kind of don't want to stay in my room because it's a bit of a mess."
Yeah. Well, I was thinking. Yeah, Kim might be able to like trade beds with people or something, depending
Well,
on who's on watch.
We must. I think it would be better if we all stayed in the same room. So if something happens in one of the rooms, we don't
Okay.
have to run to go
Yeah,
get
that's-
them. Be all
Okay.
in the same place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Upon having this discussion, you hear a set of footsteps begin to come upstairs, and you see Alan, the owner, poke his head up and goes, "Says, what's all this commotion? It sounds like a fucking battle's going on up here." And he can see the bow. Bridget's still holding her bow and stuff.
And
There's a sword
still
on
have
the
my
floor,
sword
and
out.
there's a sword on it, and he's like, "Is everything okay?"
I'm just gonna. It seems you had a uninvited guest in your establishment. You decided
Oh, you
to
just-
sneak into one of the rooms.
Uninvited guest. He says, "Where is the kind of an uninvited guest?" And he kind of looks at Bridget and says, "Fucking." You can hear him now coming up and says, "Let me get the fucker out." And then when he approaches Bridget's room, he looks in and sees this corpse
An
of an imp,
impaled imp on the bed. Yeah.
and he kind of goes pale, and he's like, "Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
meant as in like, oh,
No,
someone
it
up to
was-
funny business. Oh,
It was invisible. It was invisibly watching us,
Oh.
and made its way into Bridget's room.
oh.
Can you do us a favor when you leave? Just not say anything to anyone about
Yeah.
this. Be very, very nice. We'll give you a tip.
He's like, sure. Hey, what happens in Baldur's Gate stays in Baldur's Gate and stuff, but
We're into some pretty kinky shit. I swear.
I'm hoping, I'm. You know what? Each to their own. She kind of looks and says, "I'll send up one of the assistants to give your room a quick to kind of get rid of the body for your stuff and give you a clean. You can look at Bridget and it says, Bridget, if you want, we do have another room. It's technically it's my room. I'll give you my room for the night, and I'll sleep down in the tavern and stuff. That way, you've got a room. You've got your room and stuff because obviously you're paying guests. And I'll make sure to keep a semi-watch downstairs, but obviously you said it was invisible, so I'm like, there's not much I can do.
It could be anywhere.
Yeah, and you kind of see him. You kind of see that his eyes start looking around, like, what the fuck?
They could even be all around this room as we speak. Who knows?
Saying that, you kind of see his face go, oh no, like paranoia start to set in, and it's like,
Don't want.
I'll send one of my assistants up before they leave to quickly get rid of the body of this.
Don't worry, Alan. We have reason to believe that we're their targets, not you.
Oh.
Yes, we like
okay.
that shit. It's pretty kinky.
Okay. That's fine. It says, and you can see he was like wanting to leave, like because he's like brains like, how the fuck am I meant to deal with this? And he gives Bridget our key to the room that he normally would sleep in. And says, there you go. It's all just been cleaned on your go and stuff. And Bridget nods. And Alan heads down, and you can hear him like shouting at the two assistants. Says, "Oh, then you can hear it like before you leave. Deal with that upstairs." And they both kind of come up, and they both seeing all yous and seeing this creature lying in the bed sheets are like, okay. And you see them like start to take the sheets, wrap the imp in the body, the covers and the sheets, take it away. The young male turns to you and says, do you wish of us to dispose of this body, or use wanting it
Yes,
somewhere?
please.
Disposed of it is. It says, bin. And you both see them both head down. In a sense, one's carrying the sheets.
Excuse me, can you get me something to cover my sword with? I just don't want to touch it right now. I have something to cover it and
would a sheet do, like a bed sheet?
Would
a bed sheet do?
A bed sheet should do. Passes it here.
And he passes you this. It's one of the ones that was in Bridget's room that does have a little bit of blood on it, and it says, there you go.
That's fine. And
stuff.
Just gonna wrap around and
Speaking
wrap
of, Nanya, what happened?
I don't know.
Okay, Nanya, we had a discussion in the morning, and you said your business is your business, and I should butt out of it. But seriously, if you're hiding some shit,
this is something that I can control. It's something I can focus. It was just surprising when it happened so suddenly.
okay.
I still have testing to do with it.
Okay.
It's very temperamental. Trust me.
I understand.
Kind of gonna shove it behind my back so no can see it.
Okay, so you picked up the sword with the bloody
with the sheet. So it's like wrapped around it. It's like
nothing happens when you do this, and you kind of resheath it in a sense where it belongs.
Okay. I have one thing, Nanya. And that is, if whatever the hell's going on with you, is going to put any of us in danger, please don't keep it a secret.
It shouldn't.
Hmm.
It shouldn't. I have it under control. Not worry.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll guess we start the night's rest?
That's nice. So, as the plan, just in my head, are you going to your individual rooms and one person sit and watch outside the rooms, or are you all sleeping in the same area?
Probably the same area. for
Okay.
safety.
Yeah, we'll take all the bed sheets.
So,
and stuff and
the biggest
sleepover.
sleep,
kind
yeah.
of all in.
So
Yeah, sleepover,
in
slumber
a
party.
sense, the biggest room would be the one that Bridget's currently in, which is Alan's room. So you could probably all get in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Craven's
We're
a
gonna have pillow
survivor, so
fights.
Craven's a survivor, so he'll be able to sleep on the floor.
Okay. So you all enter Alan's room. With all yous in there, it is obviously tight for space, but yous can all sleep in there.
Cool.
There is obviously the bed, and there is obviously bits and places and floor. So, watch one, Sparran, or El Nonyo, sorry. I need
Perception
you to give me a perception check, please. 17. Okay. During your watch, you do hear sounds of you do hear some sounds, but it's just like the wind whistling, the occasional can of rubbish getting knocked over in the streets. You do hear like people chatting and stuff, but it's the typical noises that you would hear during the night in Baldur's Gate.
Okay, so is everyone asleep right now?
Everyone is asleep right now. Yes, everyone's asleep.
On my watch, I want to kind of so like in the like almost the corner of the room, somewhere away from the group. As far away as possible.
You could get a couple of feet away from the nearest person, like 2 feet.
I'm gonna try and cover the blade with like most of my body. So
yeah, in a sense, you've kind of got your back to everyone. If that makes sense.
And I'm going to open up the bed sheets with my sword in. And I'm going to grab the handle again.
Okay. Upon grabbing the handle, the purple, like double helix along the blade of flame begins to reappear.
I'm going to sheave it.
You upon sheaving it and stuff instantly goes out.
Okay, that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So nothing happens during your watch. Your watch is ended. Do you go and wake up Senric?
Yeah.
Okay, Senric, you get nudged away by El Nonyo, letting you know it is your watch. I need you to give me a perception check, please.
Perception, you got it. There we go.
Okay. During your watch, you hear the noises and like creaking of floorboards coming from downstairs.
Yeah.
You, in a sense, can't determine if it's. You've never really paid attention, if that makes me sore. I'm staying here, so you can't really determine if it's normal or if it's just someone down the stairs. And do you want to do anything or?
No, I just sit there.
Okay, you sit there.
I keep watch. I look for anything suspicious. That's all.
Nothing suspicious happens and stuff. The creaking does stop down the stairs, and after a while, your mind like comes to the realization that it's probably just Alan moving around. Nothing else happens. Do you wake up Bridget?
Yeah.
Okay, so you awake. You give Bridget a nudge, and she awakes and begins her watch. I need someone here to give me 2 perception checks. It's not me.
Well, using my modifier, or
No, so just roll a d20 and I'll roll to 2 d20s and I'll add her modifier.
Okay.
Just someone
I
do it
got
for
it.
me. So 11 and roll another one. Natural 1.
Oh. That's a yikes.
Okay. Okay. So I just want to know what happened in Bridget's one.
I just realized I only got ones.
Okay,
Yep.
so nothing happens. But during the first watch, since obviously running her character, nothing happens.
Mhm.
During the second watch, Bridget's. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Nothing that you can tell has happened. So, morning arises and use all awaken.
Gonna give myself a long rest.
Yep. Upon waking up, you notice that Bridget has passed out on the floor.
I'm gonna try and nudge them awake.
Okay. And you give her a couple of nudges, and it takes a couple of nudges, but you manage to wake her.
Okay.
She's like, what happened? I must have fallen asleep again. And you can kind of see she's out of it, if that makes sense. Like, she's not 100% there.
Bridget.
Yes,
What's
Craven.
the last thing you remember? What's the last thing you remember?
Being on watch, keeping an eye on you, sharpening my blades. Then
Insight.
sure, give me an insight check, and then waking up, seeing and waking up on the floor, seeing news. 8. Can that?
If it is, you can DM me.
Okay. You can tell something's not right. But as in the hands, and it's the sense that she's hiding something.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'll just acknowledge.
But okay, so what happened on your watch, Bridget?
As I said, Senric woke me up. I went, made myself comfortable, sat down, began taking my weapons out, giving them a clean after, the fight with the imp. Began sharpening, cleaning my stuff. Began thinking about the adventures that I've been on, and then waking up here. You waking me up.
Okay, You're not the kind to randomly pass out based on our previous adventures.
Huh?
Well, we were sleeping.
It's been an eventful couple of days and stuff. It says, I'm not going to lie, it's been a rough couple of days. It says, I think the sleep was needed more than anything. It says, it does happen. It says, it is sometimes my kind do require longer than normal. says that, as you may or may not be known, the state that we go into, the trance, it's more of a place where we can be in peace and sleep. But if there
I
is
was being
turmoil,
being nice about this. You were trusted with being on watch.
Yeah.
And you failed. Why?
You can kind of tell that she's hiding something, but she doesn't want to say it.
Okay. You heard the conversation I had with Nanya before this. Before literally this rest. You just put our lives in danger. Deciding to pass out while you were on watch. If you can't tell me why.
She kind of looks at you.
If you're hiding something.
She looks at you and says, I'm not hiding anything. It's more of a personal matter. That's why I fell asleep.
Okay, now I'm doing an insight check.
Sure.
I mean, you should have done one for the previous, for accusing her.
Okay. What she's saying is the reason she fell asleep, it was a personal matter. She is instinctively telling you the truth right now. It's personal of why she fell asleep. And she says this, she kind of looks and says, it won't happen again.
If it does, and you decide to hide something from us again,
if it happens,
I'll be forced to use this on you and not my intended target.
She kind of looks and she's like,
as I show the truth serum.
Okay, she's like, fine. I said, but as I say, it was a personal thing that happened.
Isn't necessary.
It's a personal thing that's happened, and it's one of she kind of looks. It's one of those things that can happen that you might accidentally fall extra asleep. But it's more personally that it's something that you need to worry about.
Let us look around. We can all handle ourselves, yes?
Yes.
I just don't like my life being endangered by others' ineptitude.
Okay, so it's the morning. Do you just head down to the tavern in the bottom?
Yeah, head downstairs.
Yep. To make your way downstairs, you can see Alan kind of rolling up his bedroll and kind of cleaning up where he was sleeping. He kind of looks at you and is like, and kind of nods, and then goes into the kitchen, and you can hear the sounds of food being prepared.
Before he makes his way to the kitchen, I'm just gonna say, like, morning, Alan. Thanks for the safe harbor.
He kind of looks at you and says, "Not at all. I look after my patrons that stay here and stuff. So he says, there's nothing that you need. I'll go see how your food's getting on." And
while food's being made,
yep,
I want to duck out of the tavern very quickly.
Okay, so we'll kind of listen to. So you duck out the tavern. The rest of you, well, are you trying to be not noticeable here, or are you just walking out?
No, I'm just like, I'll be back in a second.
Yep. So you just see Senric kind of go outside the tavern, and you hear the door close.
Yep, I'm going to walk just around the corner.
Yep.
And I'm going to go visit Maltz.
Maltz?
The weapon shop right around the corner.
Yeah. Sorry, on you go. Yeah, sorry.
He's like on the same block.
He's literally like 3 or 4 shops down. But yeah, you make your way to Maltz's store.
Yeah.
The door's open and stuff.
Cool.
And as you can see, you can see him in the store getting today stuff together. Stuff. So while you head to Maltz, what is Bridget, Senric, and El Norno doing?
I'm gonna probably stick by El Nano.
Okay, so Bridget,
I'm gonna trust his judgment in this one.
Okay, so
I'm going to go up to the bar and take a shot.
Okay, so you see Bridget. Bridget is sitting at the table waiting on her food and stuff. El Nino, you walk up to the bar, and Alan comes out and looks and says, "Another one? Really? Is that every morning with you?"
Yes.
Sure. Pours a
keeps me
shot.
awake.
Pours you a shot and gives you a shot. And
I
stuff.
ask for one too.
He kind of looks and pours you a shot. He goes, "There you go." And passes you 2 shots. Is anyone else's audio being really buggy right now?
Yeah, nice.
Why? What audio problem do you... Oh, are you talking about in
the thing.
the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get any audio right now.
Yeah, the game's paused on our end, so we're not getting the audio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? If it's paused, you just don't hear it? Wow. That's new.
Well, even then, I don't know if that's the problem, but that is a problem.
Yeah, I haven't been able to hear anything yet.
I heard the rain and stuff earlier.
Mine takes longer to load anyway, usually, so.
That's fine. It's just the audio's been weird for me, so I wonder if it's a pause that's been causing it. Right. So you pour 2 shots, you down the 2 shots, and you see one of the... You slam it. You see one of the servers come out and go over to Bridget and put down 4 kind of like plates of food.
I pass over the sheets over to the bloke and say, "Sorry, I just needed these for like
He kind of
seconds.
nods and says,
"Get rid of them."
"Yep." He takes them and gets rid of them and stuff. So
I'm gonna go into the booth and wait for my food.
yep.
Once
So your food is there and stuff. And Zenik, do you follow?
Yeah.
So you all sit down and stuff, and you just begin to eat. So there's kind of 2 things are happening at once here. So you're having food, Craven, you're away at the store. So
yep.
We'll go jump back to you now, Craven. Cool. You enter Maltz's store. He sees you in and he goes, "Oh, welcome back. This is what can I do for you today?"
Yeah. Today I actually have something that should be fairly simple for you.
Oh yes. It says, what is it? What can I help you with?
I wish to modify this sheath.
Modify the sheath. Oh, okay.
Or more accurately, the belt
that
attaches to it.
Yeah, that's something. This is what we're looking for.
I want to be able to have it on my back,
Mm-hmm.
then be able to like pull it off at a moment's notice.
And it's kind of like so.
Because I can't unsheath it for my back.
So you mean like a quick, like you kind of like? Do you mean something that you could grab the sword, sheath, tug it, and it disconnects, allowing you to pull the sword?
So basically, I want a backpack strap. I want a backpack. I want something I can like throw it over my shoulder for storage.
Oh, you mean like a? Oh yes, it says.
Yeah, I just want like a sling for it.
Yeah, that's probably something I could. This is probably something I can do.
Yeah,
I'll
just for storage. I don't plan on using it from here. You'll understand why in a minute, because I have something else I want to.
It says, yeah, no, that could be done. Yeah, it would take a couple of hours probably to do it.
Okay.
I would probably need to get one of the other shops to do it, but yeah, it could be done. Maybe it did. Yeah,
okay.
It says it can be done.
I wasn't sure if you sold sheaths with like shoulder slings.
It's not something. It's really because of depends. So most people will have the sword in their waist, and the bigger ones, like what yours is a long sword, isn't it?
Yes.
It says to have it been able to, in a sense, be taken off quickly. is something not normal?
It doesn't have to be taken off too quickly because it won't be my primary weapon anymore.
It says, it kind of looks and it says, yeah, it can be done. I would need to make, obviously, a custom fitted one a bit better for you, but yeah, it can be done.
Okay, the other thing I was looking for is, do you have any, preferably black, sheaths that would fit this as I apparate my black longsword?
Upon doing this, you kind of see him like stand back in shock, because it's something that he's never seen someone do this, and he's like,
I toy with magic.
"Is this? I see. So you want a sheath the same color?
Just black leather.
Black
just
leather.
something that would-
Black leather.
If you-
Black leather. Can I take a measurement?"
Sure. And I'll hand him the sword. I'll stay close.
Yep.
But
So
I
you
will hand
hand
him the
him
blade.
the sword, and you see him kind of bring out this like tape measure and measure the sword, and he's like, "Okay." He says, "Give me a minute."
It's roughly the size of a standard longsword.
Yeah, he's gonna, but he still, because it's magical, he still kind of measures it because he's like, "Is this a standard size?" He's like, "Ah, right, yeah. Give me 2 minutes," and you see him jump down and go into the back of his store. A few moments passed, and he comes out with a black sheath.
Cool. How much would that be?
Oh, Blau was 1 moment, and you see him look through.
I'm back.
The sheath, typically it would be sold with the longsword. You're only buying the sheath, so I would say 3 gold pieces. You're only buying the sheath, not the sword, so you're only really buying the sheath and the sheath. Yeah, I would say about 3 gold pieces.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Perfect. And it's for your quick, if you want your other one custom made, that will be
Let's show the
about.
sling.
It kind of looks. That would be about 8 gold pieces, because obviously we need to get it tailored to you.
That's steep, but it's worth it. You'll understand when you see what I'm about to do.
It is. Instead, it says it will take a couple of hours to do. And he kind of says, you need to take a measurement from yourself.
Yeah.
It's just kind of.
I'll hand him the gold.
Your hands and you go, they kind of measures like bits of you and stuff. And obviously, you're Fae, aren't you?
I am Fae.
Yeah. He kind of does it, and he's like, "Okay," and then kind of goes and says, "It'll be a couple of hours."
Okay, cool. I will take the new black sheath.
Yep. So you take your black sheath,
and I will sheath my packed blade.
Mm-hmm.
And attach the packed blade sheath to my hip.
Yep.
And then I guess I'll leave the other longsword and sheath with him to alter.
Yep. So he's a couple hours and stuff, and that'll be ready for you.
Yep. I'll return to the tavern and eat breakfast while I wait for that to be made.
On your way back, the rest of the party eating your breakfast. Bridget kind of tells you all to come in closer and stuff. It says, and kind of whispers to you and says, "We have to go and see the captain today."
I'm here by this point?
No, you're not here. You're on the way back when Bridget says this to El Nino and Senric.
Right.
Does it have something to do with what happened last night?
It says it might. On the way home yesterday, someone slipped me a note, and it said that, in a sense, nowhere's safe. That we've to make our way to the Flaming Fizz's headquarters to speak with the captain about what we should do next.
Okay. And that's what we'll do. We'll wait for Kraken.
Okay. It says a few moments.
Normal.
Yep, a few moments pass, and Kraven, you enter the tavern. You see your rest of your party members sitting around the table eating breakfast.
I will go join them and start eating my plate.
Yep.
And sort of say, sorry about dipping out for a minute. I just wanted to get a sheath for this guy, so I don't have to spend too long trying to summon it in the heat of the moment after last night.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, what are you going to do?
I would say go meet him.
Yeah, let's go meet him.
Yeah. So obviously,
I'm guessing they've relayed the message to me as well.
Unless you say otherwise, the message has been relayed to you. I would assume Bridget would have told you when you came back as well.
Yeah.
In which case, I'd say that makes sense after what I did yesterday.
Yep. So you finish your breakfast and begin to make your way to the Flaming Fist's headquarters. Does any of you know where the Flaming Fist's headquarters are?
I believe there was directions on the note, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
There was.
Isn't it just out?
There was.
Isn't it just outside? Isn't it just outside the Black Gate near like Stony Eyes or something?
The Black Gate near Stony Eyes? No.
I thought it was just outside.
No. Nope. So Bridget kind of like takes the map, and she kind of looks at she kind of like from memory points to here on the map, which doesn't
Baldur's
show.
Gate Keep.
No.
That's the last thing I got on mine. Oh, yeah.
See where the red circle is.
Oh, it's there. I could have sworn you said it was outside the gate, but no.
No, it's there.
Okay.
So you're heading there. You're heading. She says we have to head here. The sea tower of Baldur. It's the headquarters. Okay. And you begin to make your way to the keep. Okay. So, before we continue, does anyone need to take a break? Does anyone need to get a drink or anything before we move to the next part?
I'm good.
I'm all good as well.
Perfect. Just want to double check. Yeah.
Can I check if we're being followed as we're
Sure.
going there?
Sure.
That's
Give me a
idea.
perception check. 22. Okay. So upon making your way through Baldur's Gate, El Nino, you kind of go fucking full on. I'm looking everywhere. I trust nothing. You do get the sense that there is like eyes on you. If that makes sense, like as if someone's watching you as you walk through like the steps. But the feeling of someone watching you kind of fades as you enter Bloomridge.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to relay that. We're like, I think we are being followed.
Okay, so we're being watched, probably by more imps on rooftops and whatnot.
Maybe not necessarily.
Do
We killed
we?
one last night. How do we know something bigger, worse will come?
Well, we are in the middle of the city, and we know they use, thanks to Mortlock, we know they use the imps as surveillance. So that seems like the most likely option currently. If not, they might have a couple of private military. This is the Duchess we're talking about. So they might have men or other disenfranchised cultists.
I'm gonna come to everyone and say, this is very slim, but this could be a trap. So I want you to all put your heads on swivels and make sure nothing suspicious goes awry.
Always. The only reason why I'm currently trusting the captain is he's the one that sent us into that place. and he's apparently their target.
Okay.
The last thing we want is to be between two warring parties.
Well, it's not really two warring parties if one never knew about it.
Okay. So you are having this conversation as you are walking through Rummage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of quiet, trying to keep it quiet.
Yeah, so you're
In
kind
case
of
people are
walking
listening, but-
and talking to each other, but in a way that not too loud that no one can overhear you, but in a way that everyone's been a bit. I understand. Okay, so you make your way through the ridge and enter the sector called Sea Tower along the harbour. And as you make within the harbour, you then start to see this like kind of long like bridge, stone bridge, shoot out from the mainland and go right across to an island, to what looks to be a rocky island in the harbour with sheer walls of stone erupting from the island's floor. 5 spouting towers appear. You can see 5 spouting towers with a wall kind of going between them all. The one where the bridge is, you see the kind of like the what's the entranceway called again? My brain's gone blank on what the entranceway is called. Fuck. The entranceway to the what looks to be like a small castle. You also notice that you can see some figures in the towers walking around, and you can see people in full flaming fist gear walking to and from the castle. Or the manor keep, as it's called. Or fortress, shall I say.
Okay.
Do you just start all making your way up to this place?
Yeah, we're just gonna head straight there.
Okay.
There's no real time to fuck
Still-
around.
Still trying
Making-
to see if it's a trap or...
Yep. So upon making your way up, you do get some funny looks from some of the Flaming Fist members.
I don't think they've ever seen a civilian walk up yet.
They've seen civilians
Giant
walk
fucking
up,
Dragon Ball.
but it's the fact that they haven't seen... They've never seen you before. And it's the fact that you're wearing the Flaming Fist badge.
Well, I keep
aren't-
mine kind of hidden.
Yeah.
Keep mine hidden.
But, like, fucking... I'm pretty sure one needs to have it on. Like, I know Bridget has it on her. She's not got it hidden.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure
Would have been
Senric,
seen
you got it.
around. I
Yeah.
mean, I would have been seen around.
It
Yeah.
would have been seen.
Like,
You get funny looks from them, and you can hear a few of them like whisper to each other. And
I
then
mean, what's the bard doing here?
yeah, it's kind of that like, why are why is this group walking up here, sort of thing.
Of course, I stick out wherever the fuck
Yeah,
I
you-
am.
yeah.
'Cause
So
waist length, black hair, and horns.
yep. So you reach the
We're not
entrance
lunch.
to the fortress, and there are 2 guards standing at the entrance. The one of the guard on the left says, "Halt! What is your purpose?"
We're here to speak with the captain.
You're here to speak with the captain, you say. Because, and the other one has got like a clipboard. And you hear him say, what's your names?
Mine is Craven.
Craven. And stuff. You kind of see him flicking through the page and he goes, ah. And he kind of looks.
You may have...
And am I guessing this is the rest of the party? So I'm guessing female.
You may have heard of
Bridget.
me before. I'm quite around. My name's El Noño.
I was
And
going to
shake
say,
his hand
yep. He's like,
firmly.
pleasure. And I'm guessing you're Senric. And points to you. And he says, yep.
Yep.
Let them in. There is kind of looks and says they're expected. And you kind of see him look as if he's just read something on the bit of paper and says, he's like, yeah, let them in. And you can see this young, like what looks to be kind of like an apprentice of the Flaming Fist, like someone that's starting to enter the
Yeah, the
ranks.
squire.
It's not like a squire, it's like a trainee sort of thing. Being
That's what
trained.
squires were.
I know, it's getting trained into the Flaming Fist. kind of goes, he suddenly goes, you there, and this this young male comes up, human male, and goes, says, yes sir. He kind of stands, says, you there, show them, take them to the captain's chamber, right away, just go and stuff. And he's like, yes sir, and he says, follow me, and he begins to lead you into the fortress.
Cool.
So
as we're being let in,
yep,
I'm being led through the hallways.
So as you enter the part of the fort, you enter the like middle of it, which is like a massive. It's in a sense, it's a big open area. There's no buildings bar from what looks to be the towers on each side, so the tower entrances. And at the far east wall, there is a building, very large building that looks to be is where you're heading, and then just to the left of it, at the northeast wall, is a small building that looks to be living quarters.
Cool. I'm going to take note of how many guard are stationed within the fortress.
Okay.
And how active things are in here. Just again, just in case something goes awry.
So that's fine. So you have a look around. You can see a lot of guards. A lot of them are all huddled in wee groups, and it looks like they're having a discussion with each other, and it looks like they're in a sense getting their orders for the day. You also see some of them heading into the living quarters, completely shattered, as if they're going for rest, going for sleep and stuff. But there is
how many have their eyes on us?
No, not a lot. From a quick glance as you're walking through, no more than 5 or 6 people are watching you.
Okay.
Okay, so you continue, make your way in. The trainee Flaming Fist takes you into what looks to be the command post, the command center of the Flaming Fists. Upon entering, he's kind of saying this for me, and you walk through you're like a massive kind of the war room and stuff that you see in films. It's kind of like a war room, but there's like a table with a map of Baldur's Gate, and you can see people planning out what they're doing, blah blah blah, where some things are happening, where patrols are, that sort of thing. And you head up a set of stairs in this room that leads to the second floor. On reaching the second floor, there is obviously imagine a corridor with a couple of rooms on the side, and one room straight facing it. The apprentice takes you straight ahead, and there is a guard standing at the door. And upon seeing this trainee, and it looks at him, and this young person says, "They're here to see the captain. I've been ordered to bring them here." And then it kind of looks, and it goes, and you hear him knock the door. And instead, eyes looking at you, and you hear a familiar voice go, "Yes, what is it?" And it says, you can hear it go, "Sir, there is a group here to see you. 4 of them that are here to see you." And he goes, "4 of them? Ah, yes, they're expected." It says, "Let them in." And you see him open the door, and the kind of trainee kind of looks at you and goes, "Please enter."
Okay, we will enter the chamber.
You enter the chamber. Upon entering the chamber, you hear the door. The door is closed behind you. Out of curiosity, this is just from my mind. Let me double check something. Okay. Anyone that can use magic, right? Anyone.
Yeah.
Upon entering the room and the door being closed, you feel the sense of your power being weaker.
My power's getting... Okay, so there's a magical dampening field in here.
Yeah, as if some force is dampening, as it is weakening your power.
Okay, can I attempt,
just
subtly, like behind my hand.
Yep.
While feeling this sensation, attempt to cast minor illusion.
Sure.
And just make like a illusionary dagger in my palm.
Yeah. I know.
Mince.
Yep. So you're in a sense. Yep. So my brain's still fucking doing shit.
Yeah. It's
so
sort of just I can do this.
Yeah, you can do that. I forgot. So you cast minor illusion. Upon doing so, the spell fails, and you get a shock. You feel an electric shock. Can I shoot through your hand?
Okay.